Yo, g'day Jay. Hey, just quickly on what we were talking about yesterday, using different indicators. So I have recorded 2 videos and I kept buggering up either the voice or I kept having the music cutting over the voice. So I third time lucky, I will make sure I get it spot on this time. So if I'm day trading, I normally use the 15-minute time frame. And I use these 3 indicators: the AO Crown Cross, the MA crossover 720, 50, 7, 65, 30 exponential moving averages, or EMAs as you want to call it. Also use the MA cross, the 50 and the 200 day moving averages to give me another level of confirmation when I'm buying or getting into the trades. 15-minute time frame. If you're doing for a HODL portfolio, look on the day or the weekly. That's my suggestion. You've probably got your own way of doing it. I'm just quickly going to run through my way of doing it. Hopefully there is something that you might be able to just tweak from what I do to have a bit of success as well. So, and down the bottom here, I use the PMAR, which is the PMARP, which is the price moving average ratio percentile. If you do put that on your charts, you want to change it from ratio to percentile. It makes a massive difference. Also the dual light I use, and the BPWP. It's a bit of a tough one. I'll bring that up. I haven't got it on at the moment as my charts were getting pretty full. Where is the BBWP? And it's by the Caretaker. He's got some awesome indicators out there, so definitely have a look around and start using just a few indicators and back test them, so you've got some confirmation in what you're actually doing. So the BPWP, normally I set the lines of around about the 30, if I can get there, 30 and then 70 up the top here. So it's a bit like your RSI, but this is to do with your Bollinger Band width percentile. So when the Bollinger Bands coming close together, you're looking for an explosive move either to the upside or the downside. That's when I want to take a trade, when I know there's going to be an explosive move up or down. So below the 30 is when you want to jump on board. So I'll go through some, example trades that I have taken. We will go back to the last signal, the big signal, when it went from back down here. We had from the 1730, all the way up to now, you haven't had any sell signals come through from the 50 and the 200 EMA. So this is the MA cross, where it gives you're either going into a pretty much a long or a short position. So I will try, and there we go. So sometimes you got a little bit, you got big moves, small moves, you take it as you will. But if we go from there to when it crosses, it's still 0.5, you 10% leverage it, that's a 5% move. Nothing to sneeze at. Plus you've got the dip, but that's if you wrote it out. So the way that I use it is, I'll start from the top with the AO Crown Cross. These are the blue lines, or blue dots. So you've got, I'll try and expand it out so it doesn't get too confusing. These 3 in through here. So you got the light blue, you got the yellow, and you've got, I should really change the colours though, it's a bit confusing. So you got the sort of fluoro and the more aqua colour. Or is that aqua? Or is that either way though. So you're pretty much wanting the 21 to be below the 9. So when where's a good example? We'll use this one right here. So this is where, so it's even more confusing with the green line above it. That is the MA cross. We won't touch on that one. So you've got the 55, the yellow is the 21, and this blue, the aqua, is the 9. So we have, back down here, the 9 crossed over the 21. Boom, it gave me a buy signal. This one here is the 21 crossing over the 55. Boom, that's confirmation. Then if we come down through here, like right down the bottom here, this is where the BBWP, the Bollinger Band width percentile, has come really close, and it is pretty much sitting below 4%, so it is squeezed right in. And then obviously we've got a pretty explosive move with that. The next tick over, there's been an explosive upward move, and that's what you want when you get into a trade. I don't want to get into a trade and have it sit there or go backwards for like a couple of minutes. Nothing worse than shitting yourself, losing money. So realistically, boom, it's exploded up. You're in the trade. Then I come and look at the dual light. So the dual light, we've got the white, the blue, the white, the dark blue. So I normally only use these when it is anything above like the 15, 30, predominantly the 1 hour and the 4 hour trades is what I use this line for. It just adds again another level of confirmation. Definitely back test whatever indicators you use, write it down, back test it when you got in, what the indicator was at, just to give yourself that level of confidence and more probability that you're taking a profitable trade. So this one here, if we jumped in on the first confirmation that there was a trade, we'd still be sitting in, I'll bring that down a little bit, at a 5% move. You 10% leverage that, you're looking at a 50% move. You 30% it, you would have been sitting at 150%. I only trade a very tiny percentage of my trading portfolio, trading account. Got nothing to do with my spot or HODL portfolio is what I trade with. I don't risk the HODL portfolio, and I pretty much just trade with what I trade. Like I was saying, I'm turning 100, 120, or the 300. I've got a couple of different going at the moment, so and looking to trade them into over $1 million. So that is what I am really pushing, and it's more so to show people what I'm using and doing, not to say, hey, look at me, I've just made this, but to help people that are trading get on board with using indicators to increase their percentages of profitability. There's a stat out that there's only 10% of traders make money, and I want to hopefully have a lot of friends that are in that top 10% that are making money. Might not be millions of dollars they're making, but they're not losing money. That's the biggest thing, because it is quite easy to lose money, and I definitely did when I first started trading. And that's why I've come across the indicators I'm using, and I make sure I have that confirmation of buying in. Just touching on NGT is that stock that I sent you through last night as well. And I've marked out the charts that I wanted to quickly show you as well. Actually, I've gone way too big on that. So here we are last year. What am I talking about? 2020. August. Here. Buy signal. Boom. Up 3,518% when it ran from 0.003 all the way up to 9.4 cents at its peak. So crazy. Then it came back 66% down until we got a buy signal down here. Then it was a 43% run up to the 4. It was around about the 4.2, and then obviously it's come back down, slid back down. This year, obviously all markets have come back down this year, and it has ticked over with its run up to the DFS, and its decision to mine come September is the DFS, and December is the decision to mine. So we will see. This is my sort of conservative estimate is around about that 5 cent mark, is the 92% move. Then I guess this is on the average is back to its all-time high, like that 9.4, 9.3% mark, which is a 220% move, which is nothing to sneeze at. I'm predicting a 15 cent sort of stock after its decision to mine, moving into next year. So it's a 370% move. Realistically, I've seen people's predictions, and the valuation of the mine itself, of the iron ore, without it being into production, should be sitting at around about that 30 to 35 cent range, which is another 1,000% move on top of that. That's the stock that I'm sort of going for in the stock market. I do play the riskier small stocks. So yeah, I do like my little small caps on the ASX, and that's why I like crypto as well. I don't mind a little bit of risk, because you've got to have that risk to reward to be living the good life at the end of the day. Another one quickly is Vapor nodes. I run these are AVAX or Avalanche nodes through Vaporfy. Vaporfy, they are coming out with their own DEX, which is a decentralized exchange, and they will be having a launch pad with that as well. So they'll be launching brand new tokens onto the crypto market, and that is the place to get your 100x, your 1000x within the next couple of years. So that is one that I do or have invested in. If you want to look for new coins that are coming out that haven't been touched or really promoted too much yet, come to Pink Sale, have a look through that. You've all got your private sales and different areas where you can pick up coins that haven't hit the market yet. The one that I have jumped on is Luna One. I think I did a video on that back in, would have been March, April sometime, so that hasn't launched onto the market, and I don't think it will launch until next year. So it's definitely still early days for that. I haven't put much money into this. I've just picked up 5,000 tokens. I think at the time I got them for like 15 cents each or something. So that was a couple of months ago that I jumped onto that, and we'll be happy to sit there and if it comes out and 10x's, 100x's, either way, definitely happy days. So that is it. I was going to go through Strong Block nodes, but I haven't got it connected to my MetaMask wallet at the moment. So I will leave it there. Anyway, mate, hopefully you took something from the bit on the indicators. So definitely yell out if you need a hand